away to bowl the ball, because as he loads, if you shift in, the bowling hand will then come across the body, and it can't come through the body. So for it to actually allow that hand to come through and bowl, you either jump out or fall away, and then you push it back. And the same with the right-hander, shift in, about. So when that's happening, it's hard to swing the ball or take the ball away from the right-hander, away from the left-hander. So there's just little things there. I mentioned a few shows ago, it's all about straight lines. Bowling from your mark, top of your mark, straight line to the off stump or just outside off stump where the batsman is, and then running through everything, all momentum going through the crease. A lot of people used to say, and they say, you know, do like Glenn McGrath did, get close to the stumps. And I try to tell people not to worry about the stumps at the bowler's end. You're not bowling at those stumps there. And the closer you come to those stumps, all of a sudden the angle you're running in it is more to fine leg. And then you've got to bowl to the stump, to the batsman. That's when people start coming around themselves, or they fall away just so they can get the ball back there. So, yeah, all these things I've learned since I retired. I wish I could have fixed my run-up. And jumping in helped me a little bit, mainly to left-handers, allowed me just to take the ball away from the left-hander off the wicket. But I also had a very strong core, so I could, if I jumped in, I could still hold myself, go through the crease okay, and didn't fall away too much. So there's all these little things that you can improve to make your action more efficient, which means you use less energy to bowl, which means you can bowl for longer and come back later on in the day and bowl longer spells, but it also allows you to get a little bit more pace out of your bowling and a little bit more consistency.
So you are telling us that you learned after you had retired. So
the technical side, yes.
563 test match wickets, about 835 first class wickets, 381 ODI wickets, and I do not remember your list A wickets. So that was without learning, right?
That was, I always felt that my strength as a bowler was more the mental side of the game, whereas skill-wise, I could list probably, you know,
so
10,000 people.
So you were technically Brian Lara of bowling, mental side and mental toughness and high.
Oh, I think Brian also had the technique. So, but you know, at the end of the day, get that high backlifters.
That was a golfer's swing, huh?
I don't know what that was.
But at the end of the day, you know, it's all about taking wickets, getting the ball in the right area, building pressure, taking wickets. And if you've got the worst action in the world, but you never get injured and you can bowl at top pace all day and you take wickets, yeah, that's the way it is. It's pointless having the perfect action, perfect everything, but you can't take a wicket at the other end, you're not going to play. So there's a balance.
Keith Miller, Alan Davidson, Brian Statham, Dennis Keith Lilly, Michael Holding, probably they had the best actions for a fast bowler.
Up there, definitely. You know, Dennis Lilly had to remodel his action after he had bad stress fractures, and that tells you the type of bowler and person he is. To be able to do that and come back and be just as good is pretty amazing.
And Waqar Younis, before he got his back fractured, I think he had one of the smartest actions. You agree, Rashid? So you played
Waqar difficult action tha.
Okay. Yeah, Waqar
mushkil action tha. Easy action nahi tha Waqar.
All right.
Waqar had the perfect action for bowling reverse in swing.
Okay.
Because he, really came through the crease, sort of got rid of his front arm a little bit, and just that pace and big in swing. So his action perfect for in swing, and I think his record of a wicket every 42 deliveries is the strike rate of that is best of all time.
All right. So Brian, now would you mind watching a gentleman playing today, and his name is Virat Kohli. So I think you said that for you he's the best in contemporary cricket.
Yes, in all forms of the game.
In all forms of the
but
game.
Someone who don't like to compare, I mean, you've got the Roots and the De Villiers. I appreciate all of them for what they bring to the table.
And also Kane Williamson. We always miss him out.
Yes, I know. I mean, it's good record, but I don't watch cricket that far.
So, if you could have Virat Kohli, please. So, Brian, if you could explain his innings today. And
yes, I think that what Virat realized, especially with the spinners, I know he's facing the fast bowlers now, but even here he's very evident, he's showing that He's keeping his head as close to the ball as possible. Everything his head is over the ball. And that's key to batting, especially on wickets that are a little bit more bowler friendly than normal. If you look at it again, the head is very close to the line of the ball, and he's covering it, which means he has total control.
All right.
And you're just seeing here his boundaries, but he didn't win the game by hitting boundaries. They won the game by the singles and just turning and working the ball, and I thought that's what he did very well.
He never looked flustered as well. I mean, 3 wickets fell right around him. I think he came in at number 3. He saw a hat-trick ball standing from one end, and he never was flustered by the occasion. And it shows his class. He shows that he enjoys and he embraces opportunities like that. Look at him bat. He's never at all looked like if he's nervous or felt like if India was behind. He was in total control of his innings, and in so doing, shaping India's victory.
28 scoring shots, 9 dots, 7 fours and 1 6.
That's the one thing. I played more the 50 over game, and every time we used to go back and look at the amount of dot balls we had in the 300 balls that we were facing and try to get that as small as possible. We felt that if we scored off more balls, it didn't have to be boundaries. Most of the times, the stats shows that team was the winning team.
All right. So, Brian, how do you now look into this Group 2, where New Zealand, they have won 2, now India and Pakistan 1 each, and Australia losing their opening match of the trophy. So how do you see this Group 2 in this ICC World T20?
Well, I think it would be difficult for Bangladesh to stop New Zealand. So I think that's one of the semi-final spots that would be pretty much booked. I think India is doing themselves a disservice with the strips that they're playing on. They have, I don't think, they're just maybe around 200 runs in 2 matches, while other teams are scoring that in excess of that in 1 match. So I think that's more of a disservice for the quality batsmen that they have. I think India has gone out of that realm of thinking that we need flat, slow tracks, turning tracks for, first of all, our batsmen to feel comfortable and for our spinners to bowl. I think they're worldwide batsmen now. They go around the world and they score runs everywhere. And I think they're really robbing the public. We had over 90,000 people there at Eden Gardens. They wanted to see a big match. They wanted to see India win, but scoring 200 runs or chasing down 175. And for me, that could be handicapping their chances. They've now got to beat Australia, and that's a big match. And if they don't, they're not going to make it. So they're putting themselves in pretty a precarious situation, and I think the pitches need to be better. I just feel now with Australia and their bowling lineup, we're going to see another slow turner when India meets Australia.
All right. So, Rashid bhai, how do you look into this Group 2?
मुश्किल ग्रुप हो गया और ज़्यादा.
अच्छा, ओके.
देखो, ऑस्ट्रेलिया अभी तक मैच नहीं जीता, वो दोबारा से आएगा. इंडिया भी एक मैच जीत गया. न्यूजीलैंड खेल रहा है. पाकिस्तान भी ट्राई करेगा. अब ये देखना है कि बांग्लादेश कौन सा अपसेट करता है इसमें. उसकी एक विन बहुत ज़रूरी है कहीं पे भी.
बांग्लादेश विन
कोई भी अगर करता है वो तो ग्रुप को और सेटल नहीं होने देगा अगर एक जीत जाता है वो. तो मुश्किल ग्रुप है ये, जाहिर सी बात है. सारी टॉप की टीम खेल रही हैं. वहाँ पे दूसरे ग्रुप में भी अच्छी टीम्स हैं, लेकिन जाहिर सी बात है जिस तरह से बात हो रही है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी जीतेगा. अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया किसी बड़ी टीम को हराएगा. इंडिया या पाकिस्तान की किसी को भी हरा देंगे, सलाहियत पूरी है उसके अंदर. फिर पाकिस्तान भी ऐसी टीम है कि न्यूजीलैंड या ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हरा सकता है. तो अभी तक आखिर तक डिसाइड नहीं होगा कि कौन सी टीम यहाँ से क्वालिफाई करेगी.
ओके, बट मोस्ट लाइकली कौन सी लग रही है?
न्यूजीलैंड अभी लग रही है.
न्यूजीलैंड
अभी एक लग रही है न्यूजीलैंड. अभी बाकियों को डिसाइड नहीं हो सकता.
Brian, and most likely New Zealand and
for me, you can't rule out any of the teams because Pakistan did not play bad cricket. I just thought the spinners, where the game should have been won, they bowl terribly. So I'm not ruling them out against the 2 matches that they have. I mean, they win those 2 matches, they're in the semi-finals. So this is very difficult for me now to say who would be the second team going in that group. Very, very difficult. I don't want to. I know I have India as my second favorite to South Africa. If that don't come true, I don't mind because I'm really not happy with the pitches that they're producing for matches with the host nation. I mean, that we look at all the other matches, there may be 5,000 people, 10,000 people maximum, and every time India turns up, there is a full house. why those matches aren't the most entertaining.
Okay. So, did you like Afridi's bowling today?
No, I always felt I've played with Alfredi over the years, and he was not, for me, a quality spinner.
Okay.
He was someone that filled the gap, you know, in one-day games and even test matches. Also with the bat, he was that sort of player that, you know, you need in the team because he can change things around in a short space of time. But I would not put him as a quality spinner. And if I had to pick that Pakistan team for the match tonight, only in hindsight, because you've seen what the pitch has done, I would definitely have prominent spinners in that 11. And along with Alfredi, maybe he might not even need to use Alfredi if the spinners were, you know, to strike early and create a victory for them.
That's coming from Brian Lara. And if we could see Shahid Afridi's 24 balls which he bowled today against India. So Brian Saklan bhai, so that was
short, plenty
yeah.
time to do whatever he
right.
wanted to do.
and
Again,
Glenn,
short.
of course.
Yeah.
Short, yeah.
Short and going on the
Just
leg
the
side,
line.
and then he's going to go from there to full, and that's where the problem was. Short again, the batsman could go and use his crease and play.
And he didn't get the drift, which he normally does.
आप डॉक्टर साहब ये देखें जब वो गेंद करते हैं फिनिश करने के बाद इसका हाथ बजाय इधर फिनिश होने के वापस बाहर आ रहा है इधर बॉलिंग आर्म आप जब देखेंगे ये बॉलिंग करता है तो बाहर निकलता है फिनिश होने के बाद बाहर आता है तो इसका बॉलिंग आर्म जो है ना इज ट्राइंग टू पुट too much effort rather than finishing here. He's finishing and then arm is going outside. It's mean that, you know, he's not finishing his action properly and he's trying hard and his bowling arm is a bit tense.
All right.
We just saw the ball couple before, the one he got in the right area and Kohli played and missed. So
Okay.
needed more in that spot.
Rashid bhai, you want to add something?
नहीं सभी ने ऐड कर दिया अभी क्या ड्रिफ्ट नहीं कर रहा था एयर नहीं दिया ना बहुत तेज तेज बॉल कर रहा था उसमें ड्रिफ्ट नहीं होगी
So economy
ठीक है बस अपनी जगह पे मिडिल स्टंप पे करके वहाँ से सिर्फ ब्रेक करने की कोशिश करता है और कुछ भी नहीं करना था टू मच ट्राई किया ऐसा तेज बॉल की जिसकी वजह से शॉर्ट ऑफ लेंथ भी है और आगे भी बॉल गिरी है लेकिन नेक्स्ट मैचेस के लिए मतलब कि ये जो मिस्टेक की है इसको दोहराए ना वापस मतलब कि इन मैचेस में रन नहीं सेव करना है डॉट बॉल नहीं करनी विकेट लेनी है तो ये माइंड में होना चाहिए कोचिंग स्टाफ के भी और कैप्टन के
So you think that Afridi was trying to be economy based rather than to go and take
मैंने ये
wickets?
नहीं बोला
नहीं फिर क्या था
ये करना चाहिए ऐसा कि डॉट बॉल
नहीं what was he doing मतलब he was
तेज
bowling-
बॉलिंग कर रहा है तेज बॉलिंग कर रहा है
क्यों
ये मुझे नहीं पता उसको पूछना पड़ेगा
नहीं तेज बॉलर क्यों करता है मतलब I
नहीं,
want
मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा
सकलान में तेज क्यों करता है बॉलर
नहीं आज कर रहा था आज नहीं मैं कैसे बता सकता हूँ
नहीं, हर स्पिनर
what could be the reason कि एक बॉलर जो उसको तेज release
जगह पे बॉल नहीं गिर रही तो मैं भी प्रेशर ले रहा था जिसकी वजह से और वो विराट कोहली मेंटली बहुत स्ट्रांग है जिसकी वजह से अपनी मेंटल से गेम खेला है स्किल वाइज तो इज टॉप प्लेयर बट मेंटली बहुत स्ट्रांग है जिसकी वजह से बॉल स्पिनर्स का बॉल बड़ी हिट लगने से बचे तो पीछे बॉल गिर रही थी दैट्स व्हाई आई थिंक
okay
अच्छा मैं तेज गेंद क्यों करूंगा अगर फर्ज किया मैं बॉलिंग कर रहा हूँ और
Why
one
should
of
you
the
bowl
best
fast?
in the world the batsman is playing against me if I'm bowling and if I'm trying to bowl quicker to him why I will bowl quicker to him if that thing is in my mind that you know the margin of mistake is very small for me because he is very good on both sides and he can come out of the crease as well then I'll try and give him less time then I will try and to bowl quicker
okay
so I think he was trying to give he was trying to bowl quicker obviously on this track you have to bowl slightly quicker because the ball you will get enough purchase from the pitch but the main reason but I noticed from the technical point of view when you bowl you have to finish your arm that way if you watch again bowling there and arm is going that way so this arm is very sort of stiff and he's trying pushing too much rather than finishing
20 years हो गए देखते हुए
so it has been 20 years
आज तो बहुत ज़्यादा हुआ लगता है।